Lakers championship blueprint. Lakers master plan unfolds. Draft steal Cameron Carr. Center hunt intensifies. And a surprise free agency advantage emerges. From a draft night steal to a major financial windfall in free agency, the Los Angeles Lakers are quietly assembling the perfect supporting cast to push Luka Doncic toward a title. Lakers secure potential draft steal. Cameron Carr joins the fold. In a calculated move to inject youth and athleticism around superstar Luka Doncic, the Los Angeles Lakers traded up in the 2026 NBA draft to select Baylor standout Cameron Carr, a high upside wing whose arrival brings both immediate tactical value and an intriguing link to the franchise's storied past. The Los Angeles Lakers entered the 2026 NBA draft with a singular objective: surrounding Luka Doncic with the type of modern, versatile talent required to contend in the Western Conference. By orchestrating a trade with the New York Knicks to jump from the number 25 pick to number 24, the Lakers secured Cameron Carr, a prospect many analysts viewed as a glaring omission from the top 20. At 6'5" with an explosive 7'0" and 3/4 wingspan, Carr represents the archetype of the modern NBA wing. During his final season at Baylor, the 21-year-old showcased a polished offensive game, averaging 18.9 points and 5.8 rebounds, while shooting 37.4% from beyond the arc. Beyond his shooting, Carr's 42.5-inch vertical makes him a consistent lob threat and a disruptive presence on defense, where he led his collegiate team with 45 blocks. The fit with Doncic is arguably the most compelling aspect of the selection. Unlike ball-dominant players who might clash with Doncic's heavy usage rate, Carr thrives in an off-ball capacity. Whether he is attacking closeouts, cutting to the basket, or spacing the floor for the superstar playmaker, Carr provides the versatility the Lakers lacked last season. This move continues a trend for the Los Angeles front office, which has prioritized length and defensive upside in consecutive drafts. By pairing Carr with last year's selection, Adu Thiero, the Lakers are clearly committed to building a new generation of switchable, athletic perimeter defenders capable of holding their own against the league's elite scorers. The narrative of the selection carries a layer of historic irony. Cameron is the son of former NBA guard Chris Carr, a journeyman who competed in the 1997 Slam Dunk Contest, an event won by a 19-year-old Kobe Bryant. Watching the son of one of his early rivals join the franchise that Bryant defined serves as a poignant reminder of the league's enduring history. The arrival of Carr has immediate implications for the Lakers' veteran rotation, most notably regarding sharpshooter Luke Kennard. With Kennard set to hit unrestricted free agency, the Lakers face a financial crossroads. While Kennard has long been valued for his elite perimeter shooting, his defensive limitations have proved costly in high-stakes postseason games. By drafting a ready-made shooter on a rookie-scale contract, approximately $3.4 million, the Lakers have created a path to move on from Kennard's $11 million salary, providing much-needed flexibility under the second apron restrictions. This financial agility will be critical as the team navigates contract decisions for key pieces like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. Ultimately, the pressure remains on general manager Rob Pelinka to continue upgrading the roster. The addition of Carr is a high-reward start, signaling a shift toward a faster, more athletic, and cost-efficient squad. If Carr can bridge the gap between his collegiate tools and NBA-level consistency, he may well be the steal of the 2026 draft and the missing piece in the championship puzzle for the Doncic era. Lakers pivot to Myles Turner, a $107 million solution to a drying center market. As their preferred list of rim-running targets evaporates, the Los Angeles Lakers are reportedly widening their search for a starting center, with Milwaukee's $107 million veteran Myles Turner emerging as a primary candidate to anchor the front court alongside Luka Doncic. The quest for a definitive center has haunted the Los Angeles Lakers front office for months, evolving into one of the most high-stakes puzzles of the post-Anthony Davis era. With the team now built around the generational brilliance of Luka Doncic, the Lakers initially prioritized explosive, lob-catching rim runners. However, after failing to secure primary targets like Walker Kessler, Jalen Duren, and Nick Claxton, the franchise is forced to confront a shrinking market and pivot toward a more pragmatic solution. According to Hoops Hype's Michael Scotto, the Lakers have rekindled their long-standing interest in Milwaukee Bucks center Myles Turner. The veteran big man, who is entering the second year of a 4-year, $107 million contract, has surfaced as a viable viable trade option following the Bucks roster overhaul, which saw superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo dealt to the Miami Heat. For years, Turner was discussed in Los Angeles solely as a complement to Anthony Davis, a stretch five who could open the floor while allowing Davis to roam defensively. Today, the context is vastly different. While Doncic reportedly prefers athletic vertical lob threats, the current reality of the league's trade landscape suggests that the perfect fit may no longer be available. Turner represents a different archetype, a cerebral, floor-spacing interior presence. During the 2025-26 campaign, the 30-year-old proved he can still deliver consistent value, averaging 11.9 points and 1.6 blocks per game, while shooting an efficient 38.3% from beyond the arc. While he may not provide the rim-running gravity that Doncic thrived with early in his career, Turner offers two essential elements the Lakers lack: high-level rim protection and the ability to draw opposing centers out of the paint. By forcing defenses to respect his perimeter shooting, Turner could generate the vital driving lanes that Doncic and Austin Reeves depend on to operate effectively. Furthermore, Milwaukee's recent roster reset makes Turner an increasingly attainable asset. Following the departure of Damian Lillard and the subsequent loss of Antetokounmpo, the Bucks are in a position where they may be willing to absorb future assets in exchange for long-term financial flexibility. For Los Angeles, this presents a rare opportunity to acquire a seasoned, proven starter who possesses the playoff experience required for a deep Western Conference run. The Lakers' interest in Turner underscores an uncomfortable truth in NBA roster construction. When the ideal targets are off the table, effectiveness must be found in available alternatives. The Lakers cannot afford to enter another season with a glaring deficiency in the front court. While Turner's acquisition would mark a departure from the lob threat prototype, it would solve the immediate need for defensive stability and offensive spacing. As the trade market continues to tighten, the Lakers' pursuit of the veteran big man serves as a reminder that the franchise is ready to move beyond theoretical fits and focus on the practical, professional reinforcements needed to propel the team back into championship contention. Lakers' pursuit of Yves Missi hits a wall. Center search stalls. The Los Angeles Lakers' desperate search for a rim-running center to pair with Luka Doncic has encountered another roadblock, as the New Orleans Pelicans have reportedly rebuffed early inquiries regarding 22-year-old big man Yves Missi. The Lakers entered this offseason with one clear mandate: surround their superstar Luka Doncic with an athletic, vertical spacing center capable of anchoring the defense and thriving in the pick and roll. While the franchise's draft night decision to move up for wing Cameron Carr signaled a shift in immediate priorities, the need in the paint remains the organization's most glaring unfinished business. Recent reports from SNY's Ian Begley confirmed that the Lakers are among several teams that have reached out to the Pelicans to gauge the availability of Yves Missi. However, despite a turbulent 2025-26 season that saw Missi's playing time fluctuate significantly amid a crowded New Orleans frontcourt, the Pelicans have shown no willingness to part with the young talent. For the Lakers, the resistance from New Orleans is a sobering reality check. Missi has long been viewed as the ideal stylistic fit for Doncic's system. Standing 6'11" with a 7'2" wingspan, his elite athleticism and rebounding instincts make him a natural lob threat, a role Doncic has successfully utilized in the past to reach deep playoff runs. The intrigue surrounding Missi is fueled by his potential as a developmental cornerstone. Despite being relegated to just 14 starts during the 2025-26 campaign, he remains one of the league's most promising young centers. His sophomore season saw him average 5.7 points and 5.8 rebounds in limited minutes, but his rookie campaign, which included NBA All-Rookie Second-Team honors, proved he has the ceiling to contribute at a high level. The Pelicans' refusal to deal Missi adds into a growing list of untouchable or difficult to acquire targets for the Lakers. Front offices across the NBA are well aware of the Lakers' desperation, and they are holding firm on their own prized assets. Targets like Walker Kessler, Jalen Duren, and Mitchell Robinson have all seen their trade markets stall or vanish entirely, leaving the Lakers with fewer options as free agency looms on June 30th. The Lakers find themselves in a precarious position. By prioritizing wing depth in the draft, the front office bought themselves a high upside player in Carr, but the clock is now ticking on their ability to finalize a roster capable of title contention. As the list of available centers continues to evaporate, Los Angeles faces the tough choice of potentially overpaying in a trade or gambling that an undervalued veteran will emerge as the answer to their front court prayers. For now, the message from the Pelicans and the rest of the league is clear. If the Lakers want the rim protector they so desperately need, they will have to look much deeper into a rapidly thinning market. Lakers' surprise center plan revealed. Forget the superstars, LA may target these hidden gems instead. While Lakers fans dream of blockbuster moves and star-studded signings, Los Angeles may be preparing a much different strategy, one that could quietly reshape the roster around Luka Doncic without breaking the bank. The Los Angeles Lakers have spent much of the offseason being linked to some of the NBA's biggest names at center. From Jalen to Walker Kessler and several other high-profile targets, the franchise has made it clear that upgrading the front court remains one of its top priorities. However, as free agency approaches and roster decisions become more complicated, the Lakers may be preparing to pivot away from the splashy names dominating headlines. According to NBA insider Ramona Shelburne, Los Angeles has interest in a pair of under-the-radar big men who could provide value, flexibility, and long-term upside without requiring a major financial commitment. Those names are Sandro Mamukelashvili and Jalen Smith. Neither player carries the star power of some of the Lakers' rumored trade targets, but both fit an increasingly important requirement for the franchise: affordability. The Lakers enter a critical offseason facing several major decisions. The futures of LeBron James and Austin Reeves remain among the organization's biggest priorities, and any effort to retain both players could significantly impact the team's spending flexibility. That reality makes cost-effective roster additions more attractive than ever. Rather than pursuing expensive restricted free agents or surrendering valuable trade assets, Los Angeles could target players like Mamukelashvili and Smith on more manageable contracts while preserving flexibility elsewhere on the roster. Mamukelashvili is coming off the most productive season of his NBA career. The versatile big man emerged as a valuable contributor, averaging 11.2 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 1.9 assists while shooting over 52% from the field. His offensive versatility, floor spacing, and ability to play multiple front court positions make him an intriguing fit in today's NBA. Meanwhile, Smith continues to attract attention because of both his production and untapped potential. The former lottery pick delivered arguably the most complete season of his career, posting 10.2 points and 6.7 rebounds per game while shooting efficiently from the floor. At just 26 years old, Smith remains young enough to continue developing, making him an attractive option for teams seeking immediate help and future upside. What makes both players especially appealing is how they fit alongside Luka Doncic. The Lakers' offense now revolves around maximizing Doncic's unique skill set. That means surrounding him with players who can run the floor, finish around the basket, set effective screens, and create spacing when necessary. Both Mamukelashvili and Smith possess elements of that profile. While neither player is considered an elite starting center, each could provide valuable minutes within a front court rotation that already includes DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes. Last season exposed some of the Lakers' weaknesses in the paint. Injuries, inconsistency, and a lack of reliable depth often forced the team into difficult lineup decisions. Adding another capable big man would help stabilize the position without requiring a complete overhaul. The financial side of the equation may ultimately prove decisive. Pursuing restricted free agents such as Duren or Kessler would likely involve complicated negotiations, larger contracts, and the possibility of rival teams matching any offer. By targeting unrestricted free agents like Mamukelashvili and Smith, the Lakers could avoid those obstacles while strengthening the roster. The direction Los Angeles chooses may depend heavily on what happens with James and Reeves. If both stars return, maintaining financial flexibility becomes essential, making lower-cost additions far more likely. If one of them departs, the Lakers could suddenly have more room to chase a bigger name on the market. For now, though, the front office appears focused on practical solutions rather than headline-grabbing moves. The Lakers still need front court help, but the answer may not come through a blockbuster trade or a massive free agent contract. Instead, Los Angeles could find its next key contributor in one of the league's overlooked talents. It may not generate the loudest headlines, but championship teams are often built through smart depth moves as much as superstar acquisitions. And for the Lakers, Sandro, Mamukelashvili, and Jalen Smith may be exactly the kind of underrated additions that help unlock another level around Luka Doncic. Lakers just won a major offseason battle without making a single move. In one of the most unexpected twists of the NBA offseason, a blockbuster trade involving Julius Randle may have quietly given the Los Angeles Lakers exactly what they needed most: a huge advantage in free agency. The Los Angeles Lakers have spent months preparing for what could be one of the most important offseasons in franchise history. With Luka Doncic now serving as the centerpiece of the organization and major contract decisions looming for stars like Austin Reeves and LeBron James, every dollar of salary cap space matters. That is why a seemingly unrelated three-team trade involving Julius Randle suddenly became very important in Los Angeles. On the eve of the NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Chicago Bulls completed a significant transaction that reshaped the financial landscape of the league. While the deal did not involve the Lakers directly, the ripple effects may end up benefiting Los Angeles more than any team involved in the trade itself. The move sent former Lakers forward Julius Randle to Brooklyn, while also bringing center Nicholas Claxton to Chicago. In the process, both the Nets and Bulls absorbed substantial salary commitments, significantly reducing the cap space they had available entering free agency. That development matters because Brooklyn and Chicago were viewed as two of the biggest threats to the Lakers' offseason plans. Following the trade, Los Angeles reportedly sits atop the NBA in available cap space among teams expected to be active in free agency. The Lakers now possess a sizable financial advantage over both Brooklyn and Chicago, creating more flexibility as they attempt to retain key players and improve the roster around Doncic. The biggest winner from this situation may be Austin Reeves. For months, speculation has surrounded Reeves' future and whether another team could aggressively pursue the rising star guard. The Brooklyn Nets were widely considered one of the most realistic threats due to their significant cap flexibility and willingness to invest in young talent. Before the trade, Brooklyn had the financial firepower to potentially force the Lakers into a difficult decision by offering Reeves a massive contract. Now that scenario appears far less threatening. By taking on Julius Randle's salary and reportedly exploring other roster upgrades, the Nets may no longer have the same ability to challenge Los Angeles financially. The Bulls, meanwhile, also saw their cap flexibility shrink after acquiring Claxton. As a result, the Lakers suddenly find themselves in a much stronger position to keep one of their most important young stars. That development is especially important considering the franchise's long-term vision. Los Angeles has consistently signaled that Reeves remains a major part of the future alongside Luka Doncic. The chemistry, scoring ability, and versatility he provides make him a critical piece of the team's championship aspirations moving forward. The Lakers' financial advantage could also impact several other roster decisions. While re-signing Reeves and determining LeBron James's future remain the organization's top priorities, the front office must also address depth concerns throughout the roster. Players such as Luke Kennard, Rui Hachimura, Marcus Smart, and Jackson Hayes all have uncertain futures, and retaining some combination of those contributors will require careful salary management. Having more flexibility than rival teams gives Los Angeles additional leverage in those negotiations. Of course, free agency is never predictable. Teams can create cap space through trades, unexpected opportunities can emerge, and bidding wars often develop quickly. Still, the landscape has shifted. What initially appeared to be a routine trade involving Julius Randle may have quietly altered the Lakers' offseason strategy in a meaningful way. By reducing the spending power of two potential competitors, the deal has strengthened Los Angeles' position at a critical moment. The Lakers haven't signed a player, they haven't completed a trade, they haven't made a headline-grabbing move. Yet somehow, thanks to a blockbuster deal happening elsewhere, they may have already secured one of their biggest victories of the summer. And with free agency just around the corner, that advantage could prove invaluable as the franchise looks to build a championship-caliber roster around Luka Doncic and keep its core intact for years to come. Will these moves be enough to bring another banner to Los Angeles? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for daily Lakers updates on Lakers Daily Hub.